keyless ignition on a motorbike. How does that work? This is a KTM Super Duke 1290R. I've got the key here. I can press this button, it turns the ignition on, and then I can literally start the bike without having to have the key in an ignition. Well, you have to have the key within a rough 1 meter radius of the bike. You press the little lock button here and it turns the ignition on. And then that allows you to start the bike as normal, and you would just put the key in your pocket or in a bag and go for your ride. It's very convenient, as it means you don't have to take the key out, put it in a pocket. You can literally just do it all without having to have the key in your hand. Now you might be wondering, well, does the fuel filler cap have to have a key? Well, no. When the ignition is on, you would just lift the cap and it opens as normal, clicks back in. Well, what about the steering lock? Well, that kind of works a little differently. You would have to have the bars fully turned, and you just hold the lock button a little longer, and then a little motor pushes the lock out, and then you're in steering lock just like any other bike. So what about the under-seat storage? Well, on this particular bike, that is still accessed via a normal key. If you press this little button, the key flips out, and then just down here you have got the slot for it, and that works like any other bike. So what are the benefits really? Well, it is basically just convenience. You don't have to worry about where your key is. As long as it's on your person, you're able to unlock the bike and get ready and go. Now, of course, it does have its downsides like any other keyless machine. You can have the signal boosted by thieves, and they might be able to unlock and start the bike when the key is in your house. You see plenty of videos with those funny little antennas, and they boost the signal off the key, and if you had the bike on your drive, for example, they might be able to start it and drive away. Well, the fix to this is basically keeping the key in a Faraday pouch so it doesn't emit any signals that they can pick up and boost to the bike. So I'm going to test what happens if you start the bike. I'm going to leave the key here, and for example, if I was to drive away, will the bike turn off? Started the bike, not going to run the key over, and I've driven away from the key. Nothing. So yeah, I was able to start the bike and drive away from the key, and of course the bike didn't turn off. So what does that mean really? Well, if you're out and about and somebody knows you're keyless, you're stood right next to the bike, they could just jump on it, start it, and ride away on it. But yeah, I thought I'd just make this cool little video just showcasing keyless ignition on this bike. I will be doing a full review of this Super Duke 1290R on YouTube, so stick around for that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.